going to talking about this article, the new greatest generation, and in this generation we can there are a group of people who born from 1980s to 20s. We can call them millennials or generation Y. And this is our life. And first one, I will introduce the millennials main traits. Millennials, they are some special characteristics, and they are proud. They are very proud and fan absence, which means some people want to be singers or superstars, and another characteristic is they are lazy. And this can according to the statistics, and this is millennials' relationship strengths, and they is technology-driven and individualist and team-focused, and graded over them.
Just a second, it's a very good graph to show your points. Explain more.
Some experts said millennials in first
No, go back to the picture. It's a good picture to show your points. Explain each of the point to us.
because now technology is very because this generation is technology revolution. So millennials will depend on the technology and they will focus on the team. The second is globalization. Will cause worldwide millennials. There are some examples: is hackers or robbers or terrorists or YouTube directors and AD makers. Because these outcomes, so millennials they don't need other people's suggestion. They may do their things in their way. And number three is some problems of millennial social abilities. Because now a smartphone they always use smartphones, so they can't face to face each other. So their problems are this condition could cut down their creativity. And number 4 is the author of this article has some view of the millennials, and his view is they don't think millennials is a new species. He thinks they just adapt their living condition. Number 5 is millennials' parents are important roles in their lives and affect them seriously. This histogram is millennials' parents want for their children. And the more and the high is it's really important to me that my kids become college graduates. And the last one is conclusion. The conclusion is, in truth, millennials are nice because of their positivity. So we can, although they are proud or lazy, but we can, because how they are is all up to our view. Yeah.
Hello everyone, now I will give the presentation from the extension. The article related to generation mentioned below. First, November 5th, 1951 title, People, the Younger Generation. It pointed that each generation is different. Face is not the same, so is the voice. Their words may not correspond to quality. Sometimes they hide their real side. For example, people may not talk about what they like or what their emotion. When you are face to face, you can understand what happened to her or him until you use the networking site, social networking site. So we often get shocked about the information we just received. Sometimes they hide their real side, but the article wants to express that each generation has its features. I find some interesting pictures. The first one, we can see from the picture and realize that different generations have different face. Second, in this picture we can see that different generations do different things. Focus on our generation. Using the cell phone is the highlight. Second, May 30th, 1955, title, Friends, the Younger Generation. It points that everyone born in different conditions. Some are rich, some are poor, but they all have chance to guide their life. Our content mentioned that this generation has close relation with social networking sites such as FB and Twitter. The third picture, the father asked the daughter, "Hi, sweetie, how was school today?" The daughter answered her father, "You can read all about it on my blog, Dad." It's a little funny conversation, but it reflects that People like to post their life on social networking sites. It gives us space to think more about our generation. Once we lose the internet, how we can live on the world. The fourth picture, we can see life are filled with this social media. Third, the July 12, 2013 title, Surprise Narcissism linked to frequent Facebook and Twitter use. It points that excessive share is minima of their problems. Research found that college students who often post their life on Twitter are more narcissistic than their peers who post less. Narcissistic personality disorder is widely seen as an enlarged sense of one's own self-worth. The disorder includes superiority exhibitions, people who have deep affection for expressing themselves, self-sufficiency, vanity, right, authority, and taking advantage of others. Those trends are most closely linked to frequent use of social media. The fifth picture, people are more concerned about themselves. Me is an important word to them. The sixth picture. No, I'm not talking about Twitter. I literally want you to follow me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. There is some reflection from this article for me. Recently, the use of internet is more and more popular, and we expect something very different. And each generation have their own characteristic, and we call people who born in 1980 to 2000 millennials, and so does you and me and my brother, my classmate, all of us is millennial. We usually call the millennial is a lazy or narcissist, just very too confident or too like what you show and yes, 就很自恋, and also fan obsessive, just want to be wealthy and want to be very popular and so on. Okay. For my example, for myself, for example, I use Facebook and Instagram every day. And I use just from my childhood, we just use computer to play a game or connect and to share some blog photo to my friend, or usually or even we don't know who they are. Just from our childhood, we just started to use the internet. And the Facebook and the Instagram is more and more popular recently. So we usually use Facebook to see what our friends doing, or some famous celebrities what they are doing, or some important just some information, or we check with our friend by this Facebook. And the internet, I think the internet is very good from one side, because I major in language. So I have to try to find many ways to learn this special English. So I usually use the internet to use the YouTube to find some songs or some videos to help me learn this language. And I even use the Instagram to follow freelance models or singer or even who they are. Just I use this way to help me learn English. And the internet make the world no boundary. Just we can talk to America or even Korea people. Just use the internet and just Instagram. And there are some statistics to share on the popularity of smartphone. Just the number one is Korea. They have 73% have a cell phone, and the second is Singapore, and the third is Hong Kong, and the Taiwan is 51%. Just every 2% and the 1% have the cell phone, and we are higher than China and Japan. Okay. And this is another statistic. The Taiwan is the highest country in Asia dependence on the smartphone. Just very, very high. We are higher than Japan and Hong Kong. Okay. And I have, because the millennium is 1980 to 2000, and I want to share these two people. The Lin Fei is born in 1988, and the Chen Weiting is born in 1990. So they are both millennials. So because this event is very popular recently, I think because the article just said the millennial is very lazy and just to rely on the internet to do everything. I think we can just see two guys, and they are not just like the article said, we are just like a strawberries so sweet. And the two guys, they are great to fight for their rights. They know what they should get. And maybe many people just say this generation become very bad, but there are someone to make it different. And that's the conclusion. I think no matter how we live in which generation, we should make good use of these generations. This generation advantage, and to make good use of this and make belong our generation. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone. So now, because of the globalization and internet, social media, not only the millennial of the United States, but also each country's millennial country has the same problem. Such a selfish, narcissistic, overconfident. Now let's put our attention on us. That is to say, the millennial of Taiwan. Do we have the same problem, or have even more serious drawback than others? According to the investigation, many social apps such as Facebook, Line, and its usage rate in Taiwan are higher than many countries, such as Line. There are 7.3 people use it in every 10 people, and the young people is great majority. Although by using those apps can connect to our friend family more easily and free, but it can let the distance between our heart and heart be farther. So now in my experience, or everyone has this experience. When we was a child, every time we get on the MRT or bus, we can see the students or some young people or couples they talking with each other happily. It may be a little noisy, but the atmosphere was warm. But today, when I get into the MRT, everyone uses their phone quietly, and students no longer talk but use Facebook to see who give a like to them. The atmosphere was cold and lifeless. But come on, we are the young people. Our job is to give this society some new blood. We need to give this society some warmth. So put down our cell phone and get moving. Yes. So, but I can't put down this now because it is my God now. And in Taiwan, many young people want to get a great job, which is high paid, but they are weak and scared of suffering. They don't pay but desire for gain. It is impossible. Maybe the reason of the low pay is not all responsibility to young people. The government's wrong politics are also the reasons. But Taiwan's young people are most not care about the politics and let the politicians mess up the condition of economy. This is a serious problem need to improve. We need to put more attention on politics and defend our rights. For example, Taiwan students occupied the legislature last week because our government wants to sign a trade pact with China. They fear could further swell Beijing's economic influence. The student whole government can be more careful and democratic. But before this movement, how many young people care about this issue? If we can pay attention on it earlier, maybe we can supervise government more and make government be controlled. I think it can run to a commonly selfish in our generation. We always think if let our life won't be affected, that we don't need care about what is happening in society. I think many Taiwan students learned a lesson after the movement last week, including me, that we should be more sensitive in current events and politics. Like me, in the past, I just watch TV and use computers to watch news. But last week, I didn't come here to English class. I went to Taipei to legislature because I think this time I can miss the chance to help my country. And after I back to school, I feel I learned many things. So we should more care about the things what is society and resource than the last generation. So we should to use that to do more meaningful thing and help our country. Use our greater and innovative imagination than adult to make Taiwan progress and better. Thanks.
Okay, moving on to the Q&A session. Walk us through all the questions and let the audience choose which one they want to answer. Read the question for us.
Q&A 1. The first, what main trait do millennials have? 2. If millennials keep socializing by smartphone, what problems may happen to them? 3. Millennials' parents are also important roles in their lives, so what parents should do for them can help them feel confidence. 4. Which country is the highest rate in relying on smartphone? 5. What makes people narcissistic and lazier? 6. What reason causes worldwide millennials? 7. Which country's usage rate of line is the most in the world? 8. Why Taiwan students occupied the legislature last week? 9. What kind of issue is ignored by many Taiwan students? 10. Why the low pay in our generation is common? Point out a reason. That's all.
Okay, 1 minute for discussion. 跟旁边的同学讨论一下。And also some feedback, comments on their presentation skills. Okay, ready? Any volunteers? 先抢先赢哦。Yes,
I want to answer question one.
Can you go back to the last one?
The main trait of millennial is they are overconfident, narcissists, and lazy. Yeah, narcissists. Yes.
Yes?
The fourth.
The fourth one. Which country has the highest rate in relying on smartphones?
Korea.
Korea, yes. Is that right?
台湾不是第一个是